Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here, and today we are in Gastonia, North Carolina to check out a cool place. It's called Back in Time Collectibles. This is going to be so much fun. I cannot wait to walk inside this store and see what kind of collectibles they have from back in time. So by all means, come along with me as we cross this very busy road and get safely to the other side and go check out this store. So Back in Time Collectibles here in Gastonia is located right here on the corner of Franklin Boulevard and South Street. And then we have City Hall right across the street. And right here is a banner they got on the side of the building. Is that cool or what? If you're a Back to the Future fan, you know this font and that clock in the background. That is so cool. Right here's some information. Her number: buy, sell, and trade toys and video games. That'd make an awesome t-shirt, wouldn't it? Look at that. So here we are. We're at the entrance of Back in Time Collectibles. And they have a lot of cool stuff in here. Look at all these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys they have here as soon as we walk in up there at the top. Quite a few wrestling, little AEW, some WWE. So John Cena. It's the Hulkster. And then they have quite a few in this. Maybe some little bit older stuff been played with. A little love. Look at Ric Flair. Kind of give an overview of what kind of items they have here. There's Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock. Look at, I like that Stone Cold right there. That's pretty cool. Scott Hall. I don't ever remember Scott Hall having like a goatee like that. And right here we have a quite assortment of Ninja Turtles. Some of them in the bag. Check it out. There's a Rat King. $3 for him. There's that Casey Jones. Right here is the Shredder. That used to always bug me when I was a kid, and I had this figure, and all the, you know, it was like blue. It wasn't silver like it was on the TV show. The pads, like the spikes and stuff, and his helmet was always blue. It used to get on my nerves. Then right next to the Ninja Turtles, you have some Power Rangers. If you're into Power Rangers, they have quite a few of those. Going them, we're going to get into the He-Man stuff. I used to love watching He-Man cartoons when I was a kid, and check that out up here at the top. They have the old Castle Grayskull. Here's the Panther. Right here's Battle Cat, which was Cringer until He-Man would zap him with his sword and turn him into the Battle Cat. There's Orko, or Orko is actually the pronunciation, I believe. Now we're starting to get into some Ghostbusters. Right there would be from the Ghostbuster movie, the reboot that they made, you know, not too long ago, about a year ago. And they got some G.I. Joe figures over here also. Down here's your Ecto 1. Some Stay Puft Marshmallow Man also. They also have quite a few DC characters in here, some figurines bagged up. This whole end cap is all DC Comics. And over here we got the DC Comics multiverse. Here's Aquaman, Jason Momoa. The Aquaman movie, which was an awesome movie. I loved that movie. Over here we have a deceased Flash. And then we have the DC multiverse. That is a pretty cool. I love Dark Flash. Look at him. That's pretty awesome. And then right here we have Ocean Master. Flash. There's Wonder Woman. There's Batman. Got Lobo. Check out this. Robin Earth 22. Got a little Joker in him, don't he? Then we got Harley Quinn. Right here we have Superman. And that is, what is that called? Red Sun Superman. A lot of cool characters. A lot of good stuff here. Then here on the opposite end, right around the corner from the DC stuff, then we're starting to get into the Marvel collectibles. Quite a few figures here. There's the Hulk. All kinds of stuff. There's Doctor Strange and some Spider-Man. As you can see, they have a lot to choose from here. And then inside this case right here, they have like some from the MCU, some figures. You see Doctor Strange right here. That is a really awesome figure. $220 for that. And then the Spider-Man with the Stark Technology suit. That's pretty cool. That is $225. And then right here is, I guess, the final scene pretty much. Right here, Stark has got the gauntlet on, fixing to do the snap at the end of the movie, in game. That's pretty awesome. That's $280. Then we have Ant-Man and Wasp, Hope and Dane. Here's Scott Lang, Ant-Man, looking happy. Down here we have a Fantastic Four, Human Torch. There's Thor hanging out. Here's a very different looking Wolverine. I don't really know why he's dressed like that, but it looks pretty cool. Now we got some Hulk. A few Hulk figures down there. And like the Hulk, the big Iron Man suit. And here is their Legend series of Marvel. So if you're a fan of Marvel collectibles, this is a good stop. Good place to check out. And this here is the Captain America from the new Disney Plus series. It wouldn't be a cool toy store without some horror thrown in, as we got a Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warrior doll, Freddy. Here we got the fog. There's Evil Dead 2. And E.T., check him out. That's going way back. This is really cool here. I'm a big fan of the Mortal Kombat series, and they have Cabal from Mortal Kombat 11. That's pretty awesome looking. Here's Shao Kahn. And then, of course, we have Link from Legend of Zelda. I have quite a few Zelda figures here also. Got some Halo action. Here's some Mario. They've got, right here we have a Mega Man. That's Ken from Street Fighter. We have some more Legend of Zelda stuff down here. There's Gandorf from Wind Waker, which was a awesome Zelda game, Wind Waker. I really liked it a lot. Here we have another Mortal Kombat figure. This is Reptile. Reptile is so cool because he goes way back to Mortal Kombat 1. He was a secret character that was in the bottom of the pit. You had to get like the double flawless victory and perform the fatality move to go down to the bottom of the pit to fight him. And you could only do it when the shadows of like the witch and Santa Claus and stuff would pass in front of the moon in the background. That's the only time you could activate that little trick in the arcades. So right next to the figures, the video game figures, we're starting to get into some of the video games themselves. And look at that, Atari Jaguar in the box here. And then the Super Scope 6. I have never seen one of those in person before. But I do remember them back in the day, but I've just never seen them. I can't believe there's still one floating around. That is so cool. Here they have a Sega Saturn. And then here we just have a plethora of PlayStation 2 games. There's some PlayStation 3. And they have some other vintage. Oh, they got quite a few God of War from PlayStation 2 right there. These are all PlayStation 3 games that they have. Got the prices on them. I'm just gonna kind of scroll through. If you see something you like, you can get in touch with them. Then we go into the Xbox 360. And here they got some PS5 and PS4 games. A few of them. And down here we have more 360 games they have available. And even some Wii. And here is something you don't see much anymore, and that's the PSP games. They have a few of them available also, and there's the prices on them. So back here in the back of the store, we're starting to get into a little bit of Star Wars. They have the legendary Yoda Star Wars figure up there. And they have a Darth Vader. They have a Boba Fett. This here is the Black Series Star Wars figures that we're looking at now. Just kind of cruise down through here, let you see what they have. A lot of good stuff, more Black Series. There's an Empire Strikes Back Luke Skywalker, which is my favorite Star Wars movie, is Empire Strikes Back. Love that one. There's Princess Leia. Here's another Luke. He wasn't... There's Obi-Wan. They have quite a good assortment of Star Wars figures if that's your jam. Even have some FX lightsabers up here. So me myself, I'm a huge fan of Transformers, and that's the main reason why I come here and just look at all the Transformers these guys have here. This is what I'm talking about. So as we look around, I'm looking up here at the top, and look at that. That is like 1984, 85 Optimus Prime in the box. A little rough for wear, but still, nonetheless, that's Optimus Prime. That's the same one I had when I was a kid, and believe it or not, people, I still have that Transformer to this very day, sitting on my shelf in my office. That is so cool. Then right beneath him, we have Ultra Magnus. There's another oldie but goodie. Really cool. We have Hot Rod up there. And this is like a yellow version of Devastator, which is something else. It's like a special version of that thing, which I've never seen before. That's pretty cool looking though. So I'm just gonna kind of cruise down through here and let you see what they have. There's smoke screen. Got a lot of good stuff here. If you are a fan of Transformers. Here's the Studio series right here. Check this out from the movies. Soundwave. Not a huge fan of this kind of stuff because to me Soundwave is always the you know, tape recorder from back when I watched it. Here we go. There he is. This is him from the Bumblebee movie. That's the way he's supposed to look, in my opinion. That looks tough. That is awesome. And we got a Bumblebee here from there. Pretty awesome. They got a lot of good stuff here. And I did see down here on the bottom, they had, look at this right here, they got the Titans Return Fortress Maximus, which I think he's the biggest Transformer they've ever made. I believe he is just humongous. So right here's where it really gets cool here, because they have some masterpiece Transformers here available. They have right there Starscream, $150 for that. And then right over here we have one of my favorites. This is Ultra Magnus. I got him about 3 or 4 years ago maybe. He looks amazing. He is so cool. He's one of my favorites in my collection. And then they have some third-party stuff. Like right here's Coot. They have him. This is Fans Toys. Coot. 170. Yeah, I think that's pretty awesome. I really am thinking about buying him today. I don't know yet, but we're going to see. I'll think about it. So right here they have the War of Cybertron. This is Blaster. Check out that Optimus Prime. Looks pretty cool. There's a Megatron. 60 bucks. A lot of good stuff. They even got some keychains. So everything right here from this spot down is all Transformers, from the ceiling to the floor. But they have a little bit more right up here. They have some in this case right here, and we just kind of scan around, let you check these out. These are loose figures. Here's Superion in his, you know, Superion mode. That's the aerial bots. And then as we look through here, you can see they got some Minosaurs back there. Two Minosaurs. Right here's an old Galvatron from G1. Back here is another Minosaur. I think that's Combiner Wars if I ain't mistaken on that. And then right back there, that's cool. That's the old Combaticons right there in Bruticus mode. Pretty awesome. There's a very small 6-shot. And we have some movie Megatron. A lot of good stuff spread throughout. Now we get down here at the bottom, we can see a little bit of Beast Wars going on, which I was never really into Beast Wars, so I can't give you a whole lot of who that is. Maybe that's the Megatron from Beast Wars, I really ain't sure. Right here we have movie version of Optimus Prime. A lot of good stuff, man. If you are a Transformer fan, let me tell you, this is pretty cool. More Optimus Prime. There's maybe a Grimlock back there with that gold on his chest. Right here's a cute little Bumblebee. It's either a Hot Rod or a Rodimus Prime back there in the back. It's always kind of difficult to make out the difference between the two. There's an Ultra Magnus. That is not as cool as that Masterpiece though. I love the Masterpiece Ultra Magnus. He is so rad. And so I totally lied. I thought the Transformers were going to end right here, and I look up and they have even more. A lot of them. And then they have all these little like loose pieces. Like if you're a collector of the old, like from the 80s Transformers, let me check that out. That's one of the, I can't remember his name, Blastoff or whatever his name, but he was part of the Combaticons that made Bruticus. He was one of the arm pieces. I actually had to buy this one because I lost mine when I was a kid. When I was putting all my figures back together, I had to buy it off of eBay. So they have quite the assortment of just things loose like this is used that you might need for your collection. Just to check some of that stuff out. That's pretty awesome. I was digging through some of these and come across this guy, Kickback, one of the Insecticons. He was one of my favorites back when I was a youngin'. And they got him here. It's pretty cool, 25 bucks. So it wouldn't be a toy store if you didn't have assortment of Funko Pops. Funko Pops will live forever. I'm a believer. I'm a believer in Funko Pops now. So you can come in here and buy you a Bret Michaels Funko Pop. And then they have this showcase here, has an assortment of Funko Pops out of the box. A lot of good stuff. And then right here we have some more toys from back in the day. There's some Barbies in there. There's a Wonder Woman. There's some Disney princesses. Yet we have another little showcase here with some Alien and Predator figurines. Some Gremlins. There's a Jason Voorhees. So going right here at the top, I just realized this was in here. Had this as a child also. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sewer. That is pretty awesome. And right here is their newest Fans Toys Transformer they just brought in the door, Apache. Which I think in the cartoon his name was Springer. And then at this last showcase here, they got some pretty cool stuff. They actually have an old Sony PSP and some Game Boys. And then you get down here and right there is the light gun from the original Nintendo. Used to use that to play Duck Hunt. And here is the original Nintendo. This here was like the second generation version of it. And here is the Super Nintendo, which I spent way too many. That right there actually hurt my grades a little bit when I was in high school for a while. Then we have a Sega Genesis. Right there's one of the mini Segas. An original PlayStation 1. And then we have us a PlayStation 2. Right next to that, Xbox 360. And that is the Xbox One, not the One X. That is the first version of the Xbox X. There's a Mortal Kombat 2 Sega Genesis. Really cool game. Then they have they have a few little trays here with some Sega games in it. If you're into that type of stuff, if you collect those. Then we have some Nintendo 64. Right there, that WCW NWO Revenge. That was a cult classic for me. Love that one. Right there's a Zelda Majora's Mask for 50 bucks. You can see the gold. Anytime you find a gold Zelda cartridge, I mean, that just feels like a win for me. And here we have some Super Nintendo games. Mortal Kombat 3 back there. It's pretty cool. There's some old Madden games up front. And then right next to that we have some original NES games. There's Super Mario Duck Hunt. That's what comes with my system. The action set, I think is what it was called back then. There's Mike Tyson's Punch Out. $35. Got Contra. They got you covered. And then they got some old Game Genies back there. I forgot all about that. I ain't seen one of those in forever. Check that out. That is a relic in its own right. Plug your game into that. Cheat to win. So right here we have some name tags you can buy here. I think it's pretty cool. Check these out. Egon Spangler. And right here. Check that out right there. Nick Bradshaw. Like Goose from Top Gun. And what really drew me into this was this one here. Margaret Kidder. Press Pass. Lois Lane Daily Planet. And right up here we have the Daily Planet. That's Tom Welling playing Clark Kent from the Smallville. So if you wanted to take that to a Comic-Con and wear it, people might notice you. They might talk to you a little bit. So they have all kinds of these made up, even from the Matrix. That is so rad. That's pretty cool. Oh, check this one out. We have AC Slater, and they have Screech and Zach Morris. There's your Kelly Kapowski, if you're into that. That'd be more my wife's speed. She'd probably like that. I think she used to watch that show. Alright friends, I'm outside. What a cool experience back in Time Collectibles. Amazing little store to go into to get your collectible on, get your video games, all kinds of good stuff in there. I really had a great time. Really cool people that run that store, so definitely if you're in the area, go check them out. And it is really raining. Go check them out. If you're new to the channel, check me out. Give me a big old subscribe button click. It's free. It costs you nothing. If you like the content today, please give it a thumbs up as always. And guys, you got a comment section down below. You want to ask any questions or make a comment, please do so. I love reading them. Until next time, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I'm trying not to get too much wetter. I will see you in your next adventure. Everyone, please stay safe out there and have a happy, happy new year. 2023 is going to be the year for us. Let's do it.